once again on Karlll.
Here we go.
Let's see what they have in store for us.
It never gets old. Every single time we get to go through the portal, I am delighted. It's time for a game. I want to start picking things apart because you were really excited for Ozoraveki to get on this Karlll. We get it again. Do you think that makes a big difference in this mid lane?
Ozoraveki actually gets to have the exact same matchup that he did last game against Henry.
Galio is really good into Karlll. And the fact of the matchup, which oftentimes is that anyone who's willing to pull out an Karlll in a competitive match, I'm going to hold this thought, Tornado will land Momo very low in this early exchange. But anyone who's willing to pull out the Karlll in a competitive match is pretty darn confident in their ability to carry.
I mean, you already see it. Ozoraveki gets a pretty good damage on this Galio, but once again, just looking at the waves, they crash in bot side though.
Deep dive, Jelson already behind the tournament, already finding first blood as Momo is gone. Demon gets credit for the kill. It's even better for Amihan as they start things off with a bang. So, what do you do if you're Rumpel right now? How do you, because we're seeing this reset, this is going to be the fight for the first dragon that they're both beginning to set up for. How do you try and position that for that if you're GEEK fam and you're currently behind in the bottom line?
Well, I mean, for now, I think you just have to be aware that the Java is just going to continuously gank bot.
He's back. Second time, he's going to get light bound, and Nyx will find that route. Oh, good hold to try and zone Demon back. It found the kill. Very well played by Nyx, ensuring a 1-for-1 positive trade, support for AD carry, and they force Jelson back on low HP. Oh, but he's going to circle right back round. Jelson, even on low HP, goes for a second swing down in the bottom lane, and Momo can't stay ahead of him. Jelson eats the turret shot. It's another 1-for-1 trade. The jungler down with just 23 seconds left before the dragon spawn. Important that Momo and Nyx kind of develop as threats in themselves, because I think if you can full focus a single target, that's what this Amihan Esports team in draft does very well. If you have to pay attention to Momo and Nyx kind of poking around the side, whilst Rumpel and TheShang play frontline, it's very easy instead for Ozoraveki to weave their own way into the backlines.
Instead now,
Drake will be started here. I apologize, I jumped the gun there. Amihan having to reset off of it, not feeling they have enough control.
Right, but GEEK fam, they don't have all too much to deal with Amihan's threats, and so question and response not quite there for GEEK fam.
Drake will reset again. GEEK fam still don't have a way in, but if Amihan start the Drake, then GEEK fam will be able to walk in round the side, and that's very scary. So Jelson says, I don't need to be here. Somebody else keep an eye on the Drake. I'm gonna go back and do some farming. He's planting potatoes.
And this is a huge stalemate, and a little bit surprising to see from both of these teams. You would think that Amihan Esports should be going a little bit more aggressive around these objective fights, considering they've now hit a pretty strong point.
Did Jelson get that? He did! He smites it away.
So at least
Drake will be spotted out by this redemption, as I think GEEK fam are a little tilted by what just happened and automatically start the Drake. That's made this very messy now. Half HP on the Drake, and they're on the HP. They stay here, keep soaking up these hits. It's going to go down to 2,500 HP on the Drake. Double life binding found. Oh, nice final spark, but it's cancelled out by the Monsoon. TheShang called out in the middle of the pit. Can't get in. Will find the damage. Drake goes over to Amihan, and they turn the fight as well. Good damage from the backline. Ozoraveki finds the trade, though. 2 for 2 on the fight. Even trading. Drake to Amihan. Momo still in the pit, still dueling Demon, will find massive damage, but no come out on top. And Nyx trying to find the counter engage onto Demon, can't do so as Karlll roams down from the top side of the map, gets back in the fight, and will find the kill, and may even find more as Rumpel has just walked up here into Karl's waiting arms and gone down as well. True, but his teammates have just been killed by multiple members of Amihan, so no.
So now it looks like Amihan actually right back on their Herald. The fight never ends.
Mitsura in the front lines as Karlll roams in. Mitsura will flash over the wall. In the meantime, Jelson on the Herald finds a kill. It's traded out by Ozoraveki. Ozoraveki on no HP will be shut down. A double kill to Jelson and a monsoon from Orthros to split the fight. Ensures Amihan's dominance. They won't be able to find Rumpel, so it's small victories for GEEK fam as Amihan take complete control of this early game.
The fight doesn't quite end here. TheShang gonna go down. Looks like it's Amihan Esports continuing the aggression to take down the Garen. And I love what you said. You know, small victories over the GEEK fam. All things considered, not the worst case scenario. I mean, it's not great, but they trade back a bit. But oh my goodness.
Small victories in the face of large defeats. As their players are zoned out to the jungle and Jelson finds Nyx just wandering through it. That's going to be another kill over, as it does rather feel like GEEK fam have tilted.
Looked pretty decent. Instead, they go back in for a fight that didn't really have to happen. They could have just backed off, reset, you know, delayed for a little bit longer. The Rift Herald was going to despawn. So now, they're actually in a pretty bad spot. 7k go down.
Ozoraveki caught by the Hextech ultimatum. Oh, you're going to have the heroic entrance on top, cancelled out by the stasis, but the taunt is there. And it's another kill to Amihan. They're going to chase Rumpel down. Good management of turret aggro. And TheShang steps up, maybe trying to finish off Jelson, but there's simply no way that works out as GEEK fam continue to walk ever further forward. Mitsura will go down in trade, but that is the only trade as Karlll hits a flash hook shot for a kill. And this should be a full team ace.
And it's an Oppo team ace for Amihan Esports. The fact that they were able to just go in, dive them all, and take them down. Demon a little bit sad that didn't get the red buff, but doesn't really matter at this point. This Corki is an absolute monster. Comes into these fights and he unloads damage so quickly, but Ozoraveki trades back and takes down the Corki. Just as I was saying it, the caster's curse is real.
GEEK fam games, I don't blame you, there's not enough time to cast them. Even in defeat, GEEK fam continue pressing ever further forward. They're 10,000 gold behind, give or take, and trying to force a Drake. Spotted by the Redemption. Here comes Jelson round the side. Ozoraveki will zone him back. And if they can keep the jungler away, Rumpel can solo this out, but Mitsura's going to come around the side and build a space for Jelson to come in and contest properly. Cataclysm is deployed. Jelson, oh, he smites too early. It's going to be stolen away by Rumpel. Rumpel's going to die in this pit. They don't have a flash, so the dive comes in. Ozoraveki trying to follow up, and that opens up the backlines. Now it's Momo cleaning things up, able to shut down Karlll. A very good team fight for GEEK fam. Unfortunately, it will be short-lived as Demon comes in on the Valkyrie and cleans everything up. Amihan lose the Drake, lose the fight momentarily, but come out ahead in kills.
Oh man, TJ, it looked good for a second there, but Ozoraveki at this point running for his life, and there's not much he can do because GEEK fam in such a bad spot. They went in for the dragon, they managed to pick it up because, like you said, you know, they managed. Wow, such a close one. Ozoraveki gets up, but yeah, like you said, smites a little bit early, so Rumpel gets pressure onto Momo and Nyx, but the fact that this bot lane, this dragon lane duo was able to hold out. Meanwhile,
TheShang's in trouble. It's a pretty easy kill. Ozoraveki in the meantime will be caught out. He's got backup, so that's going to be different. Flag and drag knocks him up, but inside the smoke there, Ozoraveki can keep waiting for that perfect execution. It's not going to happen. Double life binding from Nyx will trigger the final spark, and there goes the dive. Ozoraveki able to find Demon, but shut down instantly by Jelson on the Cataclysm, and Momo's now in trouble. It's going to be cleaned up. Rumpel round the side. Orthros zoned away. Rumpel actually going huge. As GEEK fam find the kills, but in the meantime, all the while, Amihan's just working away at the base. And Mitsura and Karlll will walk on in and ends the game. There's nothing that can be done. Amihan take it.
What a game-winning push for Amihan